Oh, are we? We're live now? No one
Oh.
told me anything. Hey, everyone! What's up? Welcome to the Spare Bedroom Challenge recap show. All three of us are together again. Finally. Look at this. And then we just have lovely Nikki in the corner there. How you doing, Nikki?
Good.
Good.
Okay.
Go ahead. All right. This Challenge Recap Show is where we recap this week's episode of MTV's The Challenge. We're on season 36, Double Agents. It's trash TV, but it's lovable, enjoyable, fantastic trash TV. And we love it so much, we figured we might as well talk about it with all of you. So as per the show goes, we like to usually start off with a quick recap of what happened in the episode. Dane, do you remember what happened in the episode?
I'll say I won't be doing this with much enthusiasm or anything. I lost all my layouts on Streamlabs, and that's about 10 hours of work that I now realize I have to go back and do, or hopefully find. Hopefully there's some cloud somewhere. But previously on the challenge, people love fighting each other with other people's tears. Drones crashing makes TJ laugh. Fessy wants Tori in more ways than one. Tori and Devin get some power while Devin plays 4D chess. There's a dance-off. Fessy got no game on Gabby. Drunk Josh versus Jay's Energy. Nelson and Amber go up for elimination. It's a hall brawl. Fessy and Anissa go in. Nam's clueless the whole time because he doesn't understand English. Fessy destroys Nelson. Nelson's a chump. And Fessy wants that money over friendship.
Boom. And that's your recap of the show. So, let's get right into discussions then. A few things I want to talk about, I'll start it off, was just how big of a loser Josh is.
Oh.
I really just wanted to start the show with that. Josh is on my fantasy team, and him being a loser is helpful, but we'll go through that later. But is he the biggest loser? Like
In history?
In
Yes.
Like
challenge history and like outside of the challenge, probably.
And in Big Brother history, too.
Was he a blue?
Well,
I didn't
he-
watch that season.
Oh, yeah.
But didn't you win?
Yeah, he won, but the only reason he won is because the person he was against, like, everyone hated more.
Oh, he won Big Brother. That makes me so upset.
Like
Yeah.
some loser things that Josh did this week. Got mad at Jay. Got mad at Devin. Got mad at Fessy. Who else was he mad at this week? Got mad at Casey for liking Jay.
He just like goes and gets mad at people for no reason. Like Jay was just sitting there, just minding his own business. He's like, you got a problem with me, bro? Like, just came over just like with his big stupid
that's
demeanor.
He's like, I don't like your energy, bro.
Yeah, I don't like
I don't
your
like your energy, bro.
And Jay's just like sitting like, what the fuck are you? Like, get the hell away from me, you fucking clod.
Chill.
Yeah, Jay said he'd take a shit in his throat or something. It was weird.
Yeah, then they started talking. Then like I was like, this shit talk needs a little work. But like, it's funny that Josh just like, comes like, hey, your energy sucks.
You're-
You want to fight me?
It's it's honestly the thing about him is I don't think he has any social awareness, and I think he has to be on steroids because he is so emotional at all times about everything. And he cries and he's angry and he has fits of rage and things are fine.
I don't know if he's because he's not jacked or anything. Like he can't get steroids.
He's pretty jacked.
He's just a big.
He's just a big boy.
No, he's just a big jamook. Like he's just a big stupid idiot. Like he's like baby Huey. Like you know those like kids in school like that were just like big for like just because of genetics. Like they weren't actually like I'm sure he has that like the like stupid strength, I should say. That's the only way I can say it nicely. Where if you steal his
Good save.
You can say stupid
yeah,
strength.
where if you take, let's say if you took his baseball, he'd run around smacking the back of his head with "Where's my baseball?" and like freak out and like start like beating up cats and stuff. Like he'd be like that kind of guy.
Is he Do you hate anyone more besides maybe Wes?
I think he surpasses Wes at this point. I'd actually prefer to see some Wes action over Josh's stupid antics.
What about you, Dane?
I can at least get some laughs out of Josh over his buffoonery and just like stuff. Where Wes is just so egotistical and just up his own ass, and like obviously watches himself like jerk off in a mirror. Like he's that kind of guy where I just hate him. Whereas Josh, I love to hate him.
Yeah, that's true. He keeps things
That's it.
in a season where there's not much going on. He's pretty entertaining, I guess.
What
That's the
about
thing. He definitely brings the entertainment and the drama.
what about you, Nikki, as the newest of the challenge watchers? How do you feel about Josh as on entertainment value? Let's go that way.
Entertainment value, great. Everything else, terrible.
Like, is
That's
he?
how I'll go with it. He's the type of guy to me that just, it doesn't matter how big you are in any means, like just his personality alone is just so unattractive.
Like,
And he's just, yeah, he's an idiot. He's so emotional. Like, he's more emotional than me. Chill, man.
so you don't find him like attractive, like physically at all? Like he's like like from a girl's perspective, like is he like a good-looking dude? Like I don't get the appeal of him.
No, like, yes, he's like a good-looking individual, but as soon as he opens his mouth, it's out the window.
I realize too, he always has that kind of like smoldering look, but I realize it's just because he's so dumb and he's always trying to like think, and he's just always like, what did he say? Does he not like me?
And he he seems like one of those guys, you know, in high school, is like, "Where's my hug?" Like every time he sees a girl that like he likes, and he's just like, "Where's my hug?" He goes up and the girls are like, "Oh God, not this fucking guy."
Not the hug guy.
He's like, "Oh." You can see him like coming running down the hall. "Where's my hug? Where's my hug?"
Welcome to the show, Pancha to you. Yoy. Thank you for joining. So, yeah, he's an idiot. A non-idiot, someone I really like, won a challenge again. Devin.
That's good. Where did the episode start? I know it started with like Big T tells her orphan story, and it was trying to give Big T some love.
Yeah, it was a touching moment.
I wasn't really paying attention to that moment.
Well, that's what I was getting to. Is Devin. Yeah, Big T shares a very heart-touching story, and they immediately move on from it.
No, then Amber B
and Amber M is just in the vicinity, and Devin just shits on her for no real reason.
Just Devin being Devin.
Nikki, what did you think of how Devin treated Amber M this episode?
Well, I just felt it came out of the blue, and yeah, I was a little bit annoyed. I felt like Devin's ego was really getting to him, and he just felt like he was this hotshot after he just won that challenge, and then he was just calling people out left, right, and center. And I was like, don't go after my girl. But I feel like it also brought this little spark into her, so...
I think she's trash, and I think she'll be eliminated shortly. But I thought...
That team's trash now.
I thought it was Devin had just won a challenge, and he had a few too many beers, and there was this rookie sitting in a circle, and Devin is just kind of an asshole. Like, he's just...
He's like funny, looks for the weak sheep and just kind of jumps on her and just kind of like, you don't need to be here. Yeah. Just like says something assholeish like that. Like, why do you say those things? Like, why can't you shut the hell up and just like enjoy the moment, you know?
Yeah.
He has to just say something dickish, like he sees someone that's like less than him in some way, and he's just like, you know, this is a beautiful moment. I'm gonna fuck it up. I feel like fucking it up.
I feel like fucking this up. Yeah, he definitely just went after your thoughts, Dane. I know you're a huge Devin fan.
I feel it was just him looking for any reason to like keep on getting camera time, knowing that he won the challenge, and was just like looking to start some drama to keep his camera time rolling and live in that moment.
Who has Devin? You?
I've Devin.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got a lot of points this week then.
Oh yeah, I got points galore. Yeah. I know I'm number one.
Oh man,
get to that.
You could have even you could have said my fucking characters weren't even in this episode, and you wouldn't even notice because they weren't.
We'll get to all that when we talk about the team.
Yeah, it was something that went nowhere. It seemed like maybe it was going to be foreshadowing to, again, the future, but it also never foreshadowed anything either. It was just this one moment where I was like, Man, there must not be much going on in this house that they showed this.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
It seems like it's a mini drama season.
I was like, CT didn't have anything funny to say that they could have shown instead of this?
Yeah. Speaking of mini drama, they showed a glimpse of what I had talked about recently, because we had been talking about each episode being kind of like 4 or 5 character driven, and I recently talked about maybe there's a reason Tori announced their engagement was off right before the season came out. So they throw in this new episode storyline. Fessy and Tori vibe on each other. Now, nothing happens. And then I'm guessing Gabby's going to be the love triangle. But,
Gabby didn't want any of it either.
Gabby was like, nope.
Yeah.
Like, she was totally not into it. She made it pretty clear that Fessy was like a creep. And I think after this episode, like, I think all the girls were like, nope, fuck this guy.
Yeah, she tweeted something too that she's like, fuck these like editors and these storylines. Like, there's absolutely like nothing. But I guess they went on a vacation together or something.
wait, who did? Gabby and Fessy?
No, Fessy and Tori.
Oh, really? So Fessy tries to get with a couple different ladies on this episode.
Fails.
Fails. I thought him and Gabby's interaction was hilarious. And we talked about this before, where Fessy like just undoes his shirt and dances. If you had to summarize Dane Fessy's game in 20 words or less, no, 5 words or less, what's Fessy's game?
I feel he was like maybe a little bit chubby as a kid or a teen or whatever. And then he got into football and like got like jacked and like kind of lost the chubbiness, and it was like, oh, I'm kind of hot, but I don't know. I've only interacted with guys in a shower, so I don't know how to do this.
That was 5 words or less?
I didn't hear that part.
25 words or less.
Yeah, 5 sentences
Nikki, 5 words or less, describe Fessy's game. And I have a follow-up question.
Cringy.
Hey, what was it?
Extremely cringy.
Extremely cringy? Follow-up question, would it work on you?
No.
No? Follow-up question, are you sure?
Would it really matter what he said, though?
Yeah, he's pretty hot and tall. He's hot and tall. Yeah.
Intelligence for me, man.
Speaking of hookups, Eric, I just wanted to ask you, how do you feel about the complete and utter lack of any real sexual tension going on this season?
Oh, man, it bugs me, man. Like, Dane brought up a good point last time where I was like, where the hell is all like the making out, the sluttiness, the sexiness that I love from the challenge? But then he brought up that maybe they're trying to like not show all that because it's like this is a fucking pandemic, and like this was filmed during the pandemic, so they don't want to show them like fucking mixing germs and like disobeying fucking quarantine laws or whatever the fuck. So I don't know. Maybe that's something to do with it, or maybe they're just all lame fucking people. I don't know.
I was so excited that we were going to see some sexiness, and then all we got was a horrible, awkward, cringy dance-off between Nelson and Corey.
Yeah, like I was like watching that and I was like, man, like I was like, in my head I was just like, these guys got to be able to dance. Like look at them, they got moves, and they're just like, like they just like dance. Like a couple people are set, like people are watching them and they're like, oh.
It cut to Josh too, and he's just like going like this. He's like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Christ.
CT's probably just standing in the corner, just like, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm too old for this shit. Like, we went full friggin'. But, yeah, I don't think it's going to be a good season, guys, for the sexy stuff.
No.
If it doesn't happen within the first, like, 2 episodes, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, especially with
Although,
Nani there, too. Like,
I
shit.
know Menchie's going to hook up with at least one girl. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, apparently there's this love triangle with him. And I've seen the preview where Fessy does, I think, maybe kiss Gabby.
Yeah.
So...
And I've seen the preview where I think it's Fessy, Menchie, and Gabby. Like, I think that's the triangle we're gonna see.
Is it wrong? I just always want to call him Munchie.
No, just call him Munchie.
Okay.
There's characters that just keep popping up where I'm like, oh yeah, like that.
Oh, you're still there.
What's that?
Yeah, no, keep going. I mean, I'm agreeing with you.
No, because you guys were talking about Menchie, and I was like, who the fuck is that? I'm like, oh yeah, the fucking he showed up at the end because he had to get the new partner.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, that guy's a thing. Like, what's he? He's not Leo or whatever.
Leo Rush is a former professional.
He's the wrestler.
Menchie
is
a R&B / rapper.
TikToker.
TikToker.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Buddy was the motivational rapper who got fucking... You got... Who the hell sent him? Kyle?
Joseph?
Joseph,
yeah.
motivational rapper.
Probably the most forgettable character in Hot Challenge history.
I'll always remember him, man. I still do his workout routine daily.
Eat some mustard?
It's the only one I can do. So yeah, moving on though, I did want to talk about two. Well, let's talk about the challenge itself. Cool challenge, but
Lame.
like a cool idea. But
the concept was cool.
Concept was cool. As soon as I saw it though, I was like, no one's finishing this.
I was like, unless anybody's actually flown a drone, which I'm guessing Tori has, and that's why they won. Everybody else was like, I'm immediately driving this into a wall.
Yeah.
Like,
it was, I'm going to fly a drone I've never flown before, and I don't get to see where I'm going.
even when the drone was like still within like visible sight, they're like, I'm just gonna drive this into a wall.
Yeah,
like,
let's go through a cavern.
I mean, I've never used a drone before, so I don't know. 'Cause it does seem kind of complicated, but like I don't know.
They're impossible to figure out right away. Nikki, what did you think of this week's challenge?
Oh my goodness. I thought it was hilarious, and I honestly think it was just for TJ.
TJ loved it.
Yeah, and they try these out with like, or just regular blokes beforehand to see if it's like doable. So it's people can figure it out, but I guess
I thought too, like, what if, like, hypothetically, if none of them won,
yeah.
would they just like do it again?
I don't
You know
know.
what the hell happens if like everyone just fucking loses and sucks?
it probably would have been the person who stayed in the air like the person who crashed their plane or drone the last.
Yeah. But luckily someone did win, and it was Devin and Tori. The new dream team. Honestly, I think that team has a lot of potential moving forward. So now we get into the nominations, though, and they're clearly on opposite ends of the spectrum. But what did you guys think of Jay's reaction to shitty Josh? We all know Josh is shitty.
Shitty Josh.
But did anyone else think Jay looked like just not equipped to handle talking to people? Because he made me uncomfortable the entire time with his reaction too. Josh is the worst. Josh sucks. But what did you guys think of how Jay handled that?
Yeah, some of his comebacks were pretty like weird. He's like saying something about shit in his mouth, and like I think he just kind of got caught off guard, and he was kind of like just spitting fire, not knowing what he was talking about. And they probably were a little bit drunk, and he's just like, I'll shit in your mouth. I'll dance in your bedroom. I'll piss on these walls. And then Josh just like, your energy's just you're absurd right now. Like I can't handle this. Like I don't think he really knew. He got caught off guard and just like.
You want me to talk dirty, Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was just started just mumbling random shit and just didn't know what he was talking about. He's probably watching it now and be like, oh fuck. I should have prepared some comebacks a little bit better like Devin does.
Nikki, did you find Jay's comebacks entertaining?
Yeah, I definitely found them entertaining, but he definitely seemed like his back was up against the wall, like, instantly.
Yeah. He kind of looked like a deer in headlights to me.
Yeah, it's almost like it didn't have to escalate. Like, I feel like it just escalated out of nowhere. But then I also feel like Josh kind of also pussied out at the same time, though, too, so...
He always does. But what were you saying, Dan?
Yeah, Jay was just chilling with Casey, and then he just like sees this 600-pound baby like stumbling over. He's like, "I want your energy, bro." He's like,
Casey, can you change my diaper, please?
Yeah. And then like right in front of Jay too, he's like, "Casey, we're voting Jay in tomorrow." And Casey's like, "No, I'm not. Like,
yeah,
go to bed, bro."
And then the next day when they were just chilling, and then Jay walked in the room, Josh was like, nope, and just like left. I'm like, hey, you wimp, can you face your fucking...
Grow up.
But I'm saying he was only doing it because he thought he was going to be Devin's vote. So he wanted to start drama with one of the smallest guys who thinks he has like the best chance of beating in the challenge. So instead of going for Menchie, which probably is the smallest guy, he went after Jay, like the second smallest.
Well, what about that Leo guy? Is fucking tiny.
Yeah, but he's
Leo's very, very small.
He's wily. You never know with him.
He's like when you like catch a fucking ferret. They start like
in Hall Brawls, he would have like ran up the wall and like flipped over him and just like kept running.
And somehow on the way down, kicked him in the back of the head so he fell down.
And Fessy would have like turned around and done like the Tim Allen Home Improvement noise. Like, that's how that's just how I pictured that one.
So yeah, I think it was just Josh trying to call out a small guy thinking that he was going to go in, but then that never even happened. And then he was all mad about it.
Yeah. Oh, he was furious.
Secretly mad, even though, like, really, he was like, thank God I didn't go in. But I'm going to act tough and be like, let me in, bro. Let me in.
Well, Josh, he's like bad for like, because now you need to get like your red skull or your golden skull or whatever the fuck it is that season to make it to the final. And Josh is like just pussies out until like the last minute. Then he's finally like, "Okay, put me in, please, please, please."
Yeah, please. And he
like,
did do that last year.
Yeah, and it's like, man, don't be
Or
a
the year
fucking just
before.
like, get it out of the way. Like you're a fucking big dude. You could have taken on Nelson. Like,
Oh, 100%. Well, and he didn't get the say on this one. That's why he was mad. But so then the voting happens, and Amber M and Devin drama resurfaces because they think that Amber M is going to. It's going to be a girl elimination. Oh, wait! We forgot because she's so fucking forgettable. Liv is gone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I made a point of that.
All right, let's hear it, Nick.
I just wrote Liv exit was very anticlimactic and weak because like TJ's just like Liv's gone, you don't have a partner.
All right, back to the challenge.
Yeah, she gone. Like, and then like you think I'd be upset, but I was like honestly like I barely saw her, and you know like in grade 2 when you have like a girlfriend and you like get to see her at school, but you don't like ever really see her or like get to do anything about it. That's what Liv was to me. She's like that. She's my girlfriend, but like you never see her or like get to hear about it or anything, kind of like that.
Yeah, she had one scene earlier where like everybody's like, "So what do you think's gonna happen?" And then like she didn't even. I think they like cut her off before she even answered, and then it's just before the challenge. Is like, "Yeah, Liv. Yeah, she's gone.
Yeah, she's gone.
Don't even mention her name.
Don't
Don't think about her.
Don't exist no more."
And everyone's like, "Well, we
Menchie,
never did."
you're
So,
out. Yeah.
man, she was probably nice.
Not even a final confessional. Nothing.
No.
Just, hey, I really was glad to be here. Like, I wish I can come back next year.
No.
Producers are just like,
Just God.
nope, she's done.
And she'll never be back.
At least Boston got like a fucking like send off and like that sad like kind of montage of her packing up her shit and leaving.
we'll talk about Liv in memoriam, but yeah. So let's fast forward now. The vote happens, and it comes down to everyone thinks Devin is gonna put in Josh and Nani, so they're assuming he's going in. And then, so it comes down to Jay and Nelson, essentially. What did you guys think of the voting? Nikki, you can start. What did you think of that whole scene?
I thought it was... I didn't know what was going to happen. I think the whole voting in total was very surprising to me. And at the end, when it ended up being Nelson and Amber B., like, I wasn't surprised because I thought, like, at the end it was either going to be him, it was going to be Jay, or it was going to be Josh.
No, definitely. Dane, your thoughts on the voting? It surprised me, too.
It surprised me, but I think it was just because Nelson was, like, up-talking Amber so much, and everybody was like, again, I think it went cut to Corey, and he's like, Nelson, what are you talking about? Nobody believes you that Amber is tough and can beat anybody. Like, just shut up. Why'd you pick her?
Yeah. Corey said she's just here to party, like which is funny. Which means there is partying going on in the background that we can't see.
Right?
Yeah, but we're not allowed to see it. So what's the point of talking about it?
Your thoughts on the voting this week?
Yeah. Like, yeah, Nelson was trying to talk her up, but he basically has a baby squirrel as his partner. Like, she's just a little munchkin. And, yeah, I don't know. Nelson, are we talking about, like, can I talk about the actual challenge, or are we just talking about the voting right now?
Just the voting.
Yeah, whatever. Like, I feel like it went...
What I'm most surprised about for the voting is how are Leo and fucking Gabby flying under the radar? They don't seem to have any strong alliances, and they don't see... They're rookies. They're rookies and they have no alliances. How are they flying under the radar? Because, like, if you know someone's going in, especially if most of the house is against Devin, then you put in the rookie, small, no alliance team. What do you guys think about them flying under the radar?
They're just lambs to the slaughter. They're picking them to the end. They're keeping them around so they can pick them off at the right time. Yeah. Or keep them to the very end knowing that they can beat them in a final challenge.
Or you just gotta wait till Josh gets emotionally hurt by him. Or one of them.
Yeah, you don't have to get rid of all the pawns. You have to get rid of all the pawns first in chess. You got to get rid of a couple bishops, a rook first, and then start picking away at the pawns. So I see what this strategy is. Like, why?
We're not doing the Queen's Gambit right now.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about,
Netflix reference.
for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, we're talking about a little game called chess. I think it's been around since the 1200s.
Since kings had people's heads cut off. Like, it's been around for a long time.
I think they're just they're just floaters. Like, they're kind of. I think people maybe just forget about them. They're probably just like they go to like brush their teeth and be like, who the fuck is this guy again? Like, they just don't. Even, no one knows who the fuck they are.
Yeah, even seeing Amber have her confessionals for the first time, and I don't know why are they trying to dress them up like special agents for their confessionals? Like, she's in this weird like red elegant like nightgown, and I'm like, you never wore that. You never wore that once. I don't even think that's yours. And like, all the guys are wearing their fancy like fucking turtlenecks and stuff. I don't get it.
Yeah, you don't surf. You never surf. You line little
Like
shit with your bullshit shit.
Yeah, there's so many rookies. I still don't even know who they are.
I want to get to know them though. You know, like it's like I want to get to know these people, but you just can't. Like that. I had made a point here. Amber B is hot. Like I saw her today. I'm like, how has she kind of like flown on the radar that I've not seen her? She's like my new Maddie this season.
I don't think she's
like the really curly haired one.
Yeah, I think Amber M's hotter than Amber B.
I feel like she's been picked on so much.
Amber B or Amber M? I'm talking about curly haired Amber B. Like I don't even know where she's from, but she's hot. And I have a thing for girls with curly hair, so she's my bae this season.
She's this season's bae for you?
She's my Maddie of the season.
I think, and I honestly think, and I'm going to stick to this, the way they're developing this season is it's storyline based. We hadn't seen shit from Tori. This episode was all Tori. Now, Fessy has been pretty predominant in all of them, but because he's winning challenges and acting like a fucking mook. So he's going to be prevalent till he leaves. But then we have a deliberation. Obviously, Tori and Devin aren't on agreement, so let's get to the actual challenge because we have no idea who they're going to pick at this point, essentially. They show up, motherfucking Hall Brawl. Hall Brawl save episodes.
I feel like if they know it's going to be a weak episode, they're like, fuck it, Hall Brawl.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's Hall Brawl time. So we didn't say, but Nelson and Amber are going in because essentially Nelson and Amber are going in because Amber is weak and Nelson talked her up too much.
Yeah.
But we've already
and
lost.
If Tori wants to go in, she can do it.
And we've already lost a girl this episode. So surprise, surprise. Guys challenge again. Nikki continues to hurt her fantasy team because all the girls are just dropping off, so they don't even get to do challenges. They're all going out with injuries. So it's Hall Brawl. I think one of my top 5 favorite games that are in the challenge. Although I like some weird ones, like that knot tying one. I don't know. I dig
that one sucks.
I love that one. You just watch them like sweat and turn. Anyways, that's not in this episode. Hall Brawl time. Nelson's down there. Devin has his gold skull. He doesn't need to go down. Tori turns it down. They don't know it's a guy's elimination, but I thought it was pretty fucking obvious it was going to be after he said meant she would have a new partner.
Well, it's too risky. You never know.
Never know. And then so we have the vote, and the vote shocked me. It's Fessy and Anissa are going down, and it was a bone thrown to Anissa because I don't know why Tori had it in her head that this was going to be a girls' elimination, probably because we had back-to-back dude eliminations. But Fessy goes down because he wanted it. Thoughts on Fessy turning his back on that alliance? We'll start with Dane on this one.
He chose money over men. Is that a saying?
No, it's of mice and men.
Mice on center ice.
Oh yeah.
Didn't see it coming for sure. I love that it made Josh even more of a baby and was like, "No, pick me, pick me,
It's
guys."
Hall Brawl.
Mama, I want to go in.
Either way, if it was a girls' challenge or a guys' challenge, like Fessy and Anissa were gonna win that no matter what.
Yep.
just seeing the size comparison, Fessy looked like a Hulk compared to fucking Nelson.
Yeah, I didn't realize how short Nelson was.
It was.
But I think Fessy's also really tall. I think, but they said he's like.
He's like 6'7".
Yeah, they said he's 6'7". Good fucking lord.
Yeah, he's a huge dude.
And he fucking played dirty, and I loved it. It was a good hall brawl.
TJ even had to like say like, Fessy, no more dirty, none of that dirty stuff.
What did you think of Fessy breaking up the Corey Nelson and Fessy alliance? Well, Corey Nelson, he really broke up Corey Nelson, Josh, and Fessy, that alliance. With one swoop, half the dudes he was aligned with, he got rid of. I don't know if he has any dudes he's aligned with anymore. What do you think of that? And the challenge itself, he did fucking some dirty ass shit.
Yeah, I never really had any confidence with that. I think the only two solid ones out of those two are Nelson and Corey. I think they're actually like bros outside of this. I think Fessy's just kind of like a whatever bro with them, and Josh can fuck off. And yeah, so I think he just kind of did them dirty. And then the challenge itself, yeah, that was like putting up fucking like Vern Troyer versus fucking Andre the Giant. It was hilarious to watch, but. Also, Nelson held his own. Like, he fucking put up a good fight. He was a scrappy little shit.
Nelson's scrappy, man.
And he's like, apparently, Dane was saying they both played Div 1 football?
I think so.
Yeah. He played football anyways, and they're both just, like, kind of like athletic dudes, but also fucking Fessy's a goddamn house compared to him, so.
Huge. Nikki, thoughts on, one, Fessy cutting off the alliance, two, Fessy being a dirty dude in the fucking hall brawl?
I think, like, kind of to go off what Dane said too, like it is kind of hard when you think like it is a game at the end of the day, but I do think it was a little bit sleazy about how he went about it, and especially when it came to the fight, like how dirty he was fighting against him. I just feel like was just rubbing more salt into the wound at that point.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go off. I think Fessy's a little bitch. I think that I don't think Fessy's going to make the final because of this. I really don't, even though he has his skull to run it. I think a puzzle is going to come up and the house is going to continue to vote him in. Fessy, to me, it's too early to sabotage your alliance. Like, just too early. We've only lost 5 people of 30. You know? It's way too early to completely sabotage your alliance, and we already saw in next week's preview, like, Corey fucking hates him, Josh hates him. We already know that, like, the only people he has, I don't even know if Casey will be with him if Josh hates him anymore, you know what I mean? So he shattered his alliances, but he's with Casey, so I think it was one of the worst plays I've ever seen for how early he did it and when he chose to do it. Because being so big, there's going to be tug-of-wars. There's going to be, like, hold on to the ring shit. There's a lot of physical challenges still coming. And I think sewering your alliance that early is crazy. As far as the dirty stuff, I don't mind people, like, fighting dirty. He has, like, 100 pounds and 5 inches on him, and he had to, like, rip off a visor and rub dirt in eyes. I think that's I think it's a pussy-ass move. I think if you can't win that head-to-head, you're not as strong as you think. And I think you alienated too quickly. But that's my opinion. I hated Fessy this episode. But that also could be just good editing.
This show is notorious for that.
Yeah.
Things could go one way, but then you edit it and it's like, well, never mind, that went a completely different way.
Maybe Nelson and Fessy only talked like 3 times in 5 weeks. Like, we don't know. We really don't know because of the editing. So then that's the episode. Fessy beats Nelson. Nelson's going home. So partnerships change. Now Fessy leaves Anissa. Well, he also sewered that, so now he doesn't have Tori in his corner, which means he doesn't have Devin in his corner. He also loses that part of the alliance. And he chooses Casey, so he tries to shack up on the big brother side of things. And then with that changing, then that means Anissa's now with Leroy, and then 2 rookies, Menchie and Amberam, 2 small rookies.
Yeah.
Eric, thoughts on the new teams there, how they'll do?
I knew Fessy and Anissa weren't going to last. I knew he was going to get rid of her first chance he got because he really didn't want to be with her. Leroy, I don't know. he's my boy. I guess this season, like I don't really give a fuck about him, but he's on my team. He's on my squad. So it kind of sucks that he's stuck with Anissa because Anissa is kind of like a
Nisa's strength only.
yeah, like
strength
in
only.
endurance, no, not so much. But yeah, like Fessy made a good choice taking Casey. Casey's a fucking wily little shit too, just like Nelson and all those other ones. Just small but scrappy. And then that new team, Menchie and fucking Amber, they're fucked.
They're fucked. They're
Totally-
fucked. 0% chance making the final. Nikki, thoughts on the new team? I know of those teams, you just have Amber M on your fantasy squad, but
I think, well, with Amber M and Menchie or whatever, like, you know what? People can say, like, oh, they're the smallest people, but you'll be surprised.
no, we won't.
I think
No, we won't.
you'll be surprised,
We
guys,
won't.
okay?
We won't.
I'm just hoping for the best,
I'm
but I
just-
just expect the worst.
I'm just telling you, you're too
I
new.
think-
You're too new to the challenge if you have hope for that team.
Really, if you look at my draft team, yes, I'm doing the job.
What are your thoughts on Anissa getting dumped by Fessy for Casey?
Again, you knew that was going to happen. At least still, she got Leroy. That's still a good choice. They balance really well off each other. Like, yes, as much as Anisha isn't much when it comes to the physical abilities, I feel she has a really good game and her stance in the house. So I think that will play off each other even more. And again, if you have Cam or you have Leroy, you automatically have another person.
Yeah.
So if you have Leroy or you have Cam, that's what you're going.
Definitely real quick from me because I want Dane to end it because one of those teams is a power team all on his fantasy team. For me, I think it was going to happen eventually. If I was Fessy again, I thought he played the whole game terribly. If I was Fessy, I would have waited for one of the girls to steal me because it would have happened. 100% he was going to be taken. So now he just makes an enemy earlier after sabotaging another house with his alliance. I think Leroy and Anissa are definitely not a championship winning team, but I think they're both politically situated where they'll last another 2 to 3 weeks at least. And then the rookie team's fucked. They're fucked. They got 2 more episodes tops. That's it. They got 2 episodes tops.
Leave Menchie alone.
But Dane's first overall and second overall pick are now on a team. So I figured I'd let you talk about these teams before we went into our awards.
I've learned teams aren't really anything this season, so I'm not even really concerned too much about it.
Yeah, the season's like square dancing. They're just gonna switch partners fucking right away.
Every episode, there's on average 2 new teams now. It seems with how things are going, and I feel that's just gonna keep up. Fessy did fuck up though. He shouldn't have picked KCU and another Big Brother alliance. He should have spread his alliance, even especially after just breaking one alliance. He's a big dum-dum, but he's got his golden skull now, so I think he honestly doesn't care about any other things. He's just like, nobody's going to challenge me, nobody's going to try to take my gold skull from me, so I pretty much have a safe ride to the end as long as things keep up. Leroy, Anissa, some 2 old school vets who are never, ever going to win the challenge.
Yeah.
As much as Giannis... cheers for you, Leroy. I'm sorry, you're not going to win this. And the other 2, I don't even really know their names. That's how much I care about the other 2.
They're as good as done. So what we'll quickly do now, that's the discussion. We'll switch over to fantasy. I'll pull it up on my phone because that'll be easiest.
Who all has their red skulls? Kyle, Fessy.
Kyle, Fessy, Devin, and Natalie. Natalie flying under the radar. Natalie's going to make the final.
Yeah, she hasn't. You didn't see much of her this. You didn't see much of anyone this episode
No.
that I give a shit about. There's a lot of Fessy.
Yeah, it's like a
Fessy, Tori, Devin.
And it's a little sprinkle of Amber, which I don't give 2 shits about.
Yeah.
Like, where's my boy CT? He saw him for maybe 5 seconds, and he looked pretty tired.
So no Brock again, guys?
It cut away to Teresa twice, and she had 2 confessionals, and both of them were just the most generic things. Where it's just like, I think 2 people are gonna go into the challenge, and it's gonna be a good challenge. Good job, Teresa. You had a lot of input this episode. Fuck Christ.
Emotions are flying this episode, this season. Holy man! Just B-roll from her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's... It's funny. Amber B might be your crush, but that's probably the person I know least about on the whole planet.
Oh, I don't know nothing about her. I think she's from.
The less I know, the bit more I crush on her.
Yeah, the less I know,
Yeah,
the less I know, the
The
better.
less she talks, I don't.
Just
have
keep that hair curly and keep your voice down, and we'll be good.
Okay, so now we'll go into the fantasy here, guys. My phone will cooperate.
What the hell is she from? I keep.
Probably Are You the One, or Love Island, or Backdoor Sluts 9.
Yeah.
Backdoors plus
Or
9.
Geordie Shore.
So,
Girls Gone Wild College Edition.
Yeah.
moving to last place, Brock is out of last this week. We have a new last place team. We said it last week. He was as good as done when he lost 2 people on the same episode. Gabby's Sweet Strange, Chris Stanchel at 208 points.
Who's Chris Stanchel?
He has no one on his team over 50 points yet. He has 2 tied in first. Nicole, who's gone, with 49, and Gabby with 49. Michi has 47, and Darrell, his first overall pick, 34 points, flying under the radar, which is what he does. So he's not an interesting guy. He's just
He's a
just
family man.
he's just an athletic
Sorry,
family
who's that?
dude.
Darrell.
Darrell.
Oh yeah. He's got his own shit going on.
Yeah, he's not an entertaining.
He's not there to
It cuts to him and he's just like filing out tax papers and stuff. He's just like doing work.
He's like clipping his nails, like just doing lame shit. Never shows everyone else like grunting at the gym. Him just like making eggs.
So his stats for this week on his team, his top scorer this week was...
Not even relevant. He's not here. We're not talking about him.
Fair enough. Let's not talk about him.
He's in last place. He sucks. His team's dead.
Yeah.
Team's dead, he's dead. Unless Darrell just goes all the way to the final and he can finish third, maybe.
Maybe.
In second last, is it still Nikki?
Yes.
In last place for this week?
No, it's not. No, total points. It's Brock. Brock is in second last. His top scoring person is Big T at 80 points.
Yeah.
Now,
She gets a lot of confessionals.
yeah,
Yeah.
and she has romance points, 15 of them. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's something about your family life, because I know calling home gets you points, and she had that story at the start. So maybe it's like that emotional story, like the backstory gets you points. We can check the scoring later on that. Number 2 is for Brock is Corey, followed by Corey at 57, Leo at 45. They're not here. Who cares? 31 for Nam. Okay.
He's got a team. He was always a middle of the pack team.
Brock has Nam.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, I wanna
So
get him now.
Chris 208, Brock 218 at 231 points. We got Nikki's Angels. Nikki's top scorer is Cam at 84. The rest of your team is doing absolutely garbage, and I'm most disappointed in Nani with only 34 points. No drama, no romance, guys. Like, what did you guys see that coming?
No, man. I thought Nani was going to be like her usual self where she's like just licking buttholes every
Yeah.
episode.
I think she might have dried up, guys.
But
She might not have anything down there.
we'll
Yeah.
call her the old Sahara now. She is
past-
dried up.
Yeah.
But she's past her prime.
She's out of that like hoe stage. Now she's like she's going to start like a candle making business
Yeah.
and shit.
She's gonna get some cats and start a candle making business and just be sad she never had a family.
Yeah. 'Cause she sure doesn't make money off the challenge, that's for sure.
But the rest of your team is disappointing. Besides Cam as well, Amber got her most. Amber didn't even get drama points for this week. Amber's at 43 total points. Teresa's at 36, and Amber B is tied with Nani at 34 points. Nikki, thoughts on your team's performance this week?
Well, they got way more screen time.
I saw them.
Yeah.
They exist.
Like, literally, I was like, oh my god, like, Cam had, like, the least this one, but every other girl on my team got a little bit of screen time. So, and I knew it too. I was like, and of course, because Liv is gone, I was like, and it's another male elimination. So, I was expecting to be lower, but I'm happy. I'm happy with the results so far.
You're happy that you're in fourth?
I'm happy in fourth with an all-girl team.
Fair enough. So that went Chris 208, Brock 218, Nikki 231. Now let's go to the people who actually have a shot in this thing. Coming in third place with 332, so 101 more points than Nikki right now. CT and the Jets had 332 points.
I had a feeling.
I didn't see a ton on your team this week, Kyle.
There's nothing.
Kyle's your leading scorer, 118. Leroy, 66. CT, 62. J, 54. And Liv, RIP.
Yeah, Jay's on my team. I forgot about that. I saw a little bit of him.
Liv, RIP, 32. She got drama points for the injury, which got her some points finally.
Gotta be some points on the board at least.
That's
probably the most points I would have got from her, even if she was like still in the show.
Talk about your squad's results this week and how you're feeling.
Me?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't see much of Kyle this week. No CT. No, I didn't see my boys. You know, I saw Jay, but yeah, Leroy's just like the relationshipy guy. Like, oh, I'm with my girlfriend. Like, we're gonna do this together. Like, ooh. But yeah, then Liv's gone. Like, whatever. That doesn't really affect me too much. She was kind of like a. She was just kind of treading water. But yeah, no. Next episode, if I don't see any Kyle or CT, I'm gonna rate TJ and tell him to fucking fix that.
Dear Mr. MTV,
Yeah.
I got a bone to pick with you.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
I genuinely think with Kyle that he has a girlfriend he actually cares about at home now.
Does he?
Yeah, man. I follow him on Instagram.
NCT's like married with a kid.
Yeah.
How far you've come.
Yeah.
Used to hate him, now you follow him.
I'm a simp Kyle guy now, but he has like a girlfriend at home, and I don't know if we're gonna see the drama we usually see. We'll see though. There's still lots of season left.
His best quote ever was when him and Paulie were having it on the one, like I can't remember what season it was. He was like, but she was like mad about him and Cara Maria. And he's like, I can't unfuck your girlfriend. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah, was that while they were like doing a tribunal too?
Yeah.
What do you want? I can't unfuck your girlfriend.
Because Paulie keeps putting him in, and he's like, I can't unfuck your girlfriend and get over it.
Coming in second, no change in the leaderboard, but I did make up. You're at 332. I'm at 410. So I'm up almost 75 points on Eric from where we were at in the standings last week.
Shit.
It's Josh's salty tears.
Oh, because you got Josh. That fucking.
My highest scorer
asshole.
is Josh Martinez with 114 points. I need to say this. My team name before the season started was Josh's salty tears. 70 drama points in 4 episodes. Thank you, Josh, for doing exactly what I thought you would do for me in fantasy. Anissa's still in. Anissa's no longer in first for me. She only got 2 points this week, 93. Tori had a big week. She's up to 85, and Natalie's at 72. But I lose Nelson, and I think that might have just lost me unless we get rid of Devin. I think I might have just lost because Nelson was my dark horse for just sneaking in the back door up to a final, and we lost him so early. And don't shake your head. He's gotten almost to a final in every single season. Shaking your head. Watch every season he's in. He never gets eliminated early unless he punches someone in the face, and that's good for me for points too. So I am worried about that. I need a couple of dominoes to fall on Dane's team. But I'm at 410 points. Dane is in first. He didn't score much more than me this week because you were up by 4 last week and now you're up by 13. So he has 9 more points than me this week. 423 points for Dane. His top scoring player obviously is Fessy with two. What are they? 2 mission wins and 1 challenge win now. And then Devin at 151. The top 2 scoring players in all of fantasy now are Fessy and Devin. Followed by Casey at 65 and Lolo Jones has been disappointing at 43. And Joseph has been out. Go ahead, take the floor. How do you feel about your team?
As usual, I do a chant, which I just remembered right now. Who is my best? You can do it, Fessy. You can do it, Fessy. Get those sex points. Put it in Gabby's messy.
He's just came up with that on the spot.
Yes.
You should have said, "Who cares if you're dumb? At least you're sexy." And then we would have known.
I like the. I knew the messy was gonna come because that's a Fessy messy. Like, come on,
Come on.
that's gonna happen.
I'm glad I'm on top. I still don't like that Fessy and Casey are now a part of the same team, but teams aren't really a thing, so I'm also not too concerned.
Yeah, that's what I love about this season. Is like now he's like, if you see a team, you're like, I don't know about that, but if anything goes down, like it's probably gonna change. So
And that brings us to my favorite time, guys, is we are going to go over the awards. So I'll go to you guys one at a time for your nominations. Nikki, let's start with you for Boss of the Week. Who is your Boss of the Week?
Yeah. I was like,
I
nobody?
think, like, honestly,
I know, this was a tough one.
This is a tough one because I felt like not really like there were some that were kind of like mediocre, like nothing really like stood out. But I went with Nelson. One just in the hall brawl, like he gave it his all, man. Like Fessie's a big dude, and I know Nelson is pretty in shape as well. But I think he just like he went all for it and he stuck in with it. And so for that, I'm giving my biggest boss to him.
Nice. Eric, Boss of the Week.
it was the same as her, like Nelson going up against Fessy and actually holding his own because I thought he was gonna get absolutely fucking demolished. Well, see you later.
Awesome. For me, I had a three-way tie. Nelson was one of them. And this week for me, there wasn't like a true boss. But I think my true Boss of the Week, even though I think he played a scared little bitch game, is Fessy. Because he made his move and he won a fucking intense challenge, and he did whatever it took to win. That's boss shit. Like, bosses do what it takes to win. And he got rid of Anissa, who obviously he wasn't going to run a final with. I know teams don't matter, and I still think those were bad decisions, but I think he did boss stuff, even though Nelson held his own, and Nelson's my boy. My Boss of the Week is Fessy. And Dane?
I would be Fessy but he made too much dumb decisions in the end. My Boss of the Week, it's going to be... What are the votes?
2 for Nelson, 1 for
All right,
Fessy.
we'll give it to Nelson, but that's not my vote. My vote's for Jay for standing up to drunk baby Josh and saying he was fucking shitting his mouth or whatever
Baby
he
Huey,
said.
you mean?
Went kind of psycho on him. Good for Jay.
I mean, Josh.
If they actually fought, Jay would get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Josh isn't a very intimidating guy. Like, you just gotta say something really slightly hurtful, and he'll just be like, "Ooh," you'll start crying. So
Yeah.
But yeah, so Nelson can be this week's boss.
yeah.
So Nelson wins Boss of the Week. We lose ya, but we love ya, Nelson. All right, moving on to the Bitch of the Week. I want to start this one because my boss vote was Fessy and my bitch vote is Fessy. I think you can be a bitch and a boss at the same fucking time. I think Fessy's entire game plan this episode was bitch-like. I think him blowing alliances this quick was bitch-like. I think him being 6'7", fucking 280 pounds and tiny little Nelson, and he had to rip his screen off and rub dirt on his eyes to push him past, like, Hall Brawl was bitch-like. You might have won your shit, but I think you lost the game tonight personally. And for me, that makes you Bitch of the Week. Eric?
Yeah, I was gonna go Fessy as well. He's just he rubbed everyone the wrong way this episode. Like going up against Nelson, he should have been fucking. The guy was a Div 1 like tight end. Like he should be just like laying this kid out. And then he was also fucking like rubbing his dirt in his eye, ripping his screen off. It's like TJ had to be like, "Hey, buddy, come on,
Yeah.
don't be a little prick." And yeah, he just made some bitch ass moves, and I used to think he was kind of cool. I'm like, oh, this guy's kind of rad. I'd hang out with him, but now I'm like,
Yeah, so did I. Think
no,
you
he'd probably be the kind of guy
dope.
that's like take your girlfriend into the other room and like sexually harass her.
I don't think you're wrong, man. Honestly, I used to think he was cool too. Dane, who was your Bitch of the Week?
My Bitch of the Week was the just entire challenge itself.
The production company.
I think we talked about it for like 2 minutes this episode because that's how like only one team actually did it. The rest were just people crashing Jones into a wall It literally lasted like 3 minutes of the hour-long episode. It
should have been a cool challenge, but it was just boring.
It was so uneventful and boring.
It was just TJ laughing at
It was
people.
TJ laughing, which I enjoyed.
laughing.
Terrible challenge.
All right, and Nikki, bitch of the week. Right now we got 2 Fessy and 1 for the challenge itself.
Literally, those were the 2 that were on my list. But just with Fessy at the end, like you said, Ryan, just playing dirty and just grabbing dirt, rubbing it in Nelson's face was just like, get out of here. So I'm going to go with Fessy for the biggest bitch this week.
So that is Fessy's second bitch of the week. He is leading the bitch of the week category for us, which is, he was literally the number 1 overall pick in our draft.
2 Josh, 2 Fessy every other week.
No,
Yeah.
so it goes, so after 4 episodes, it's 2 Fessy, 1 Josh, 1 Joseph for bitch of the week. For boss of the week, we have Anissa, Kyle, Devin, and Nelson. No one has taken boss of the week over. And our final award of the evening is our lull of the night. I didn't think this was a super funny episode. I went first last time. Eric, lull of the night.
When Nelson was talking to Devin and was like saying like, "Oh, Amber's in tears right now. She was crying on my shoulder." And I just showed her just like, she clearly wasn't like for some reason this season, like, everyone's obsessed with, like, she's crying. Look at her, she's crying. And they'll be like sitting like eating nachos. Like, no, she's not. You fucking lying sack of shit. Like, and then Nelson was just like infiltrating Devin. Like, you're a terrible person for making her cry. And she literally was not crying. And I just thought it wasn't really funny. It was just more like, why do they keep doing that this episode? It's kind of funny that they just keep doing it and it's like a thing now.
Well, it was funny. She was just eating eggs. Like, she was just chilling.
Yeah.
Like, she was just chilling.
Plus, this was just kind of a weak episode. Like, there wasn't really much funny shit going on.
No, it wasn't a great lull episode. What about for you, Dane?
I'll say, yeah, not many funny things. Honorable mention was when everybody's getting ready for the challenge, and then Menchie's just like, "I'm pumped. I got a new person today."
Actually, yeah, me and Dean burst out laughing at that part. He's all pumped.
And there's another part where, which I am actually voting for, right when Fessy gets nominated and Anissa too, Nam just like looks over and he's just like asks Anissa and he's like, "Is this okay? Is everything okay right now?" Just because he obviously doesn't understand English that well, especially when people are probably talking fast and screaming over each other. And Anissa's just like, "Yes, this is okay, Nam." And he's just like, "Okay."
Does Lolo still want to fuck me? Down.
Nikki, your lull of the week.
Mine personally was just TJ, just laughing.
Laughing it up. He had his laughs over simple things.
And like, just looking at him, he's like, "Well, you're the opposite of good," and just poking jabs at him. And then Leroy gets all like offended a little bit. Like, I don't want to play anymore.
Well, I think that was a joke.
TJ cracked me up.
But I had the last vote, and I agree. TJ laughing was the funniest part for me this episode. He had the chuckles watching just people not be able to fly drones, even though the challenge itself sucked. At least we got to see some TJ emotion, because we haven't really seen TJ this season, and it's kind of pissing me off that he's a complete non-factor in the show, like completely a non-factor. But I agree with you. That was mine. TJ laughing. My honorable mention was CT talking about video game codes.
Oh yeah, that was kind of funny. I forgot about that.
that was mine for my honorable mention. But that makes TJ's chuckles our lull of the week, which ends the reign of Devin, who had back-to-back lulls. And those are our awards, which bring us to our last segment before we quickly talk about next week's segment. This is our in memoriam. We got 2 people to talk about this time. We're going to start with Liv, because I don't think anyone's going to need 30 seconds. Nikki, go ahead. Liv.
Hardly saw it yet, so.
Yeah.
Eric, Liv?
Yeah, you were on my team. Most of the time I forgot you were even around. You were kind of alright to look at. Whatever. See ya. I doubt you'll come back because your exit was pretty anticlimactic, so I don't think anyone's really going to see you around ever again. So, bye.
Liv, I've never seen someone get hurt on the show and not have a storyline about it, and that's how uninteresting you were. And you were also the least attractive of all the rookies, too. So you did it. I don't know what you brought, and we will never see you again. That you'll never be on the show again. And Dane for Liv.
Liv, I know that's short for something, but I don't know what that something is because I don't actually know your name because that's how unimportant you are as a person. So, Liberace, see you later.
Yeah.
And R.I.P. to Liv.
Good enough for a poke, I gotta say though. if I was at the one night stands and I saw her, I'd go talk to her.
She had like the Trump like bronze face where like the rest of her skin like did not match her face.
She was spray tan. She had a lot of spray tans.
Well, that's what you liked about her at the start.
Yeah.
And then, so what order do we just go in? Okay, so I'll start this time. Nelson, you were on my team. I'm gonna miss you. I'm a little disappointed in you. Even though you won our Boss of the Week, you fought hard. You always go farther than this, or you punch someone in the face, and you did neither this year. And maybe it was because Hunter wasn't there. Maybe it was because Corey let you down last year. Maybe it's because Fessy's a giant pussy. I don't know the exact reason, but you underwhelmed. You underdelivered. And I'm excited to see you get back on because after not winning this many in a row, you need to know that you're not like nice, wholesome Leroy. You need to either punch people or win. So I think you're going to come on with some fire next year. R.I.P. to you. You left too soon. Get better. Fuck you. Okay. Nikki.
Nelson, I feel like a little bit stabbed in the back for someone who's supposed to be your friend, and that sucks. I actually really liked you, and I was really hoping that you were going to go further. I was cheering for you to win this Fall Girl, and honestly, you didn't do this.
Nice, sweet sentiment. Dane to Nelson.
The best representation of Nelson was his last confessional and moment in the Elimination Challenge when he was like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win. And then it shows him getting his ass kicked, and then it like he's like running and diving, and I think he even misses the button in his last attempt. Like, it's just, you're always falling up short, Nelson. I realized too, I hate the way he talks. It's always like so like, we gotta go into this, and we're gonna do this, or I am talking so intensely. And I'm like, just calm it down, bro.
I hate that you just said that because now that's all I'm going to think about every time I watch him.
Yeah, like he's
Forever
just so
gonna be this
intense.
guy.
Like,
And Eric, last but not least, goodbye, Nelson. Thoughts? Say something to him.
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Never really been a big Nelson fan. He's always just he sucks at dancing. I found out tonight, and yeah, he's really short and sucks at dancing. So he doesn't really have much going on for himself.
Well, the Young Bucks are no longer the Young Bucks,
yeah,
and
get a kid named Ryder or something.
and they do not have any wins. So maybe next season we can see Corey, Hunter, and Nelson and Fessy.
Hunter is Hunter even like relevant to the show anymore? Is he?
Yeah.
He hasn't been around for a while.
He hasn't been. He was in 2 seasons ago.
He was a dweeb, anyways. I really liked him.
But he's one of the Young Bucks, so that's what I'm saying. They have that little boy band. So maybe we'll
But they can't fucking dance. So.
Well, neither can boy bands generally, except for JT. So that ends this week. Moving on to next week. You don't see a ton in the preview. We see that people are pissed at Fessy. We knew that was going to happen. Other than that, I didn't really see too much. But
Looks like a cool challenge.
yeah, what did they look like, Dane?
They're like hanging off a cliff. And I think it's gonna be a trivia.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Those ones are always.
But yeah, what are we doing? Guarantees for next week? What we think's gonna happen?
Yeah, what do we think's going to happen? You can start off, Dane.
I guarantee you in that challenge, one of the harnesses breaks and somebody falls to their death.
Yeah, oh shit.
They've kept it under wraps, but it definitely happens.
He's been on the back channels, the dark web, and he knows
CT.
a spoiler. CT dies is his guarantee.
Hey, don't even say that. I stopped watching the show.
Eric, your guarantee for next week?
Guarantee the house turns on Fessy and it's a big shit show. Josh cries like a little bitch and makes another enemy for no. He just gets bored one afternoon and decides like.
Sees himself in a mirror, sees his reflection.
Yeah, I picture like every time someone like walks into the bathroom after Josh has been in there, it's like, why is there spittle over the mirror? Every time he sees the reflection, he's just like,
you fucking loser! Nobody likes you.
So basically, yeah, I think the whole house is gonna turn Fessy and Josh is gonna say something stupid.
I was gonna do that one, so I'll change mine now, so we don't have all the same guarantees. I'm gonna double up on the guarantee I just lost on. A rookie's going home next week. I've had enough of these rookies still being around.
Hopefully, you finally see a girls' challenge. We've only seen one girls' elimination.
And most of the rookies left are girls, except for Leo.
That was Ashley with like the floppy rope thing. Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm changing my guarantee. Girls' challenge next week. We'll see a girls' challenge next week. There will be a girls' challenge next week. Nikki. Last but not least, your guarantee for next week.
You took mine, Ryan, because that was like my 100% guarantee. But my other guarantee is that I'll have someone on my team that's going to get their golden skull.
Ooh.
Guaranteed. And
Guaranteed.
On her team.
What is your wager?
What is my wager?
Yeah, you said 100%. That means auto wager.
You get Amber M.
I don't know. Give me a wager. Give me something.
Okay, if you do not have a girl get their golden skull next week, then you have to trade Cam for another girl in Fantasy. We have to do a swap.
No.
I thought it was gonna be something like sexy.
It was like
I was just kidding.
doing silly dance for us.
I was just kidding. Every guarantee should be 100%. That's what they are. They're guarantees. So there's no logic in that. There's no wager behind it. But those are the guarantees. Just to recap the last week's guarantees real quick. Did someone get their comeuppance?
No.
No, not really.
No. So yours didn't work.
Yeah.
Nikki, what was your guarantee last week?
What? The TV's going to look fly as fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to see much of it.
No, he was laughing.
He was laughing way too much to look fly.
He just fucking hung out in a cage or in a cave the whole episode and giggled. It wasn't really that fly.
No.
And I think you hedged a bet too. I can't remember what yours was.
I don't remember. It was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was a long time. That was like a while. It
I
wasn't
don't
before
even remember
Christmas.
Christmas.
That was Christmas Eve when we did it.
So I think right now none of our guarantees have come true still.
Yeah.
And there will be some that come up this time. I think
someone will
we're
get their comeuppance?
finally someone's gonna get their comeuppance.
How do you even spell that?
I think it's 3 words.
I think it's C-U-M.
That's exactly how I spelled it. Comeuppance.
It's come up it.
It's come up ins.
Yeah.
But just one word.
Come up inside of me. That's what it's short for.
Yeah.
But with that finishes our challenge recap show. There is another episode next week, right, guys? We're all back in the studio.
I think it's regular schedule now.
Regular schedule again. So before we head out, thanks again, Nikki Reno. Nikki, you have a new Instagram you're thinking about getting going. Is that up yet? Should we start following that?
No, it's not up yet. It's just in the testing phase.
It's in the testing phase. Is it followable?
Little bits of nicks.
Little bits of nicks with an
What
X,
is it? What is it? I don't
which
know.
means nipple.
What is it?
Little bits of nips.
It's a Mickey nip slip Instagram.
Oh, I'll follow that for sure. Some Nick nip slips.
Nikki's putting together a new Instagram. That is just a little bit of her life. It's not going to be her regular Instagram. So stay tuned for that. That's at Little Bits of Nicks with an X, I think, right?
Yes.
Right. And then for us still, we are planning on filming some things. Right now, the spare bedroom is on 2 more weeks of hiatus.
It's not really hiatus. Is more just like a
24th.
production.
Stoppage.
Now I have to make everything new.
Yeah.
I hope I can find something in the cloud somewhere.
Well, I
Clouds, save me.
I have all your backgrounds and everything too.
I have them. It just takes so long.
But in the meantime, check out youtube.com/thesparebedroom. This will be up When do you put this one up? Monday usually?
Friday.
So this will be up tomorrow.
Today's Saturday.
Right. This will be up on Saturday. We have some skits up there. The spot's doing really well. The tapioca pudding review. Eric made spaghetti. Those videos are our most viewed videos.
We
The
got
skit ones.
wood burning how-to video coming up.
We got a wood burning how-to video coming up. We got a 3 dudes animated just insulting each other video
I think
coming
they're just
up.
gonna call it 3 guys talking shit.
Yeah, 3 guys talking shit is coming up. I wrote down a couple new skits as well, so we're going to try and pump those out a little more, especially in this break. I think we should really get the fuck to filming.
I'm making a porno.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's... yeah, so also check out also check out Pornhub.com
Follow me on Pornhub.
/ the spare bedroom.
They call him Crooked Cut because his circumcision's all fucked up.
Yeah, no, it's fetish porn. So yeah, check us out on there. And if these guys don't mind, real fast.
We do mind.
One new thing, season 2 just came out, just started. Whittling episodes, season 1, episode 1. That's my other podcast. Just came out today. Check that one out as well. We are planning a collaboration with these two for an episode this season, so stay tuned for that.
Dungeons and Dragons?
Edit
that
Can
out.
you cut that part out? There's a collaboration that's going to happen. All right. Other than that, though, keep watching the challenge. Keep watching shitty TV. You love it. We love it. And we love talking about it with you. Until next week, get the fuck out of our room. Bye.